This is a self-myofascial release technique for your hip flexor and your quad. Tennis ball works pretty well. Some people like a harder ball, lacrosse ball, or even a bigger version of the tennis ball that you can get at a pet store. The couple points that I like to hit, if I go up my thigh, I try and hit towards the top of the thigh, right in the middle. I come up a little higher, and sometimes I'll hit like a little further out to the side. Could be a tenders point. This is about where your TFL or part of your IT band is. Another spot is in here towards your groin. And then that psoas muscle, which is your hip flexor, it goes further up into your abdomen. So even coming up into kind of, if my belly button's here, a little bit down and over from the belly button. So I'm going to lay on top of this ball at each one of those different points. So center of the thigh, a little bit off to the outside, a little bit into the groin, and a little bit into the lower abdomen. So just so you can see on this left side, I'll start with it right on the middle of the thigh. And I'm going to lay down over top of it. And as I'm laying here, I try not to have any tension in my back. So I want to have my head down, right? So my back feels very relaxed. I don't want to be tensing at all. And then I start off having people just pump their knee. So just in and out, putting some pressure into the muscle as I lightly move it through a stretch. And we would do 10. And then with the foot relaxed, I want to do some breathing where I engage my diaphragm. So if you watch my lower back, as I breathe in, I push my belly into the table, and it makes my lower back actually raise up into a little bit of a rounded position. So I try to take a deep breath in through my nose, and exhale through my mouth. And I try to do 5 deep breaths. And then I'll change the position of the ball. So if that was the middle of the thigh, I'll go to this like outside front corner. And if I want, I can even kind of turn my hip down a little bit to get a little more pressure on top of it. And I do the same. Kicks and breathing in each one of those spots. The other position was in more towards the groin. And then the last position was up a little bit higher into that lower abdomen. And I would try that same sequence at each one of those spots. 10 kicks and 5 breaths.